Day 76 of doing a LeetCode problem every day until I get a job. All right, guys, we're back again. Another day, another LeetCode problem. Hope y'all are feeling refreshed. Hope you got a good night's sleep. And I hope you guys are still motivated because we still have a lot of learning to do and it's going to require a lot of discipline, guys. So I hope y'all are excited and I hope y'all are staying disciplined because that's what it's all about. If we want to grow and we want to continue to learn, discipline is going to be a main ingredient of that, guys, because we're going to have to do this for as long as we can imagine if this is really what we want to do and we really want to be programmers. If you really want to be a programmer, you have to get your mind right and get your mind understanding that we're going to be programming just about every day until we retire, right? So you need to understand that this is not a microwavable thing. This is something you're going to really have to put some time and effort into and stay patient and just know that it will all work out in the end as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do, which is learning and trying to learn every day and increasing your knowledge and your skills every day, guys. Now, with that being said, don't forget, bring your mouse right over here and click that subscribe button for me, guys. Then after you click that subscribe button, go ahead and smash that like button for me, guys. Then after you smash that like button, I'm calling all of my bankers. This is not a drill. I need all of my bankers into the comment section right now and drop those bank emojis in the comment section so we can run this engagement up and we could get more people aware about Swift and we could bring Swift to a greater audience and just build the Swift community as a whole, guys. Now, with that being said, I know why you're here, and it's time for your favorite part, the question. And today we have question number 790, Domino and Tromino tiling. The difficulty level is medium, but you guys know how we do. We're going to keep the solution as easy and simple as to understand because we're all trying to learn, and there's no point in coding something that we don't understand because then we just wasted a day of coding, right? So we want everybody to be able to understand the code, so we're going to keep that as simple and easy as possible. Now, let's see what the question says. It says you have two types of tiles, 2 times 1 domino shape and a tromino shape. You may rotate these shapes. Given an integer n, return the number of ways to tile a 2 by n board. Since the answer may be very large, return it in a module 10 to the 9th power plus 7. In the tiling, every square must be covered by a tile. 2 tilings are different if and only if there are 2 4-directionally adjacent cells on the board such that exactly one of the tilings has both squares occupied by a tile. So let's break that down and see what they mean. So we have these two shapes right here. They give us an integer n, and that n is going to represent the length of the board that we're working with, and 2 is going to be the height. So the height is always going to be 2. The length is going to be whatever n is. And then in this example, input n equals 3. So that's why the length of all of these is 3. The height is 2 because up here it says a 2 by n board, right? Board. So these are the board. This is the 2 by n board. So n equals 3. So that means the length will be 3. And we need to find out how many different combinations we could use using these 2 tiles to fill up this board, right? So in example 1, the output is 5. The explanation says there are 5 different ways shown above. So these show all of the different ways that we could fill this board using these 2 tiles, a domino tile and a tromino tile. So if you look, we could have 1 domino tile vertically up on the left, and we could have 2 domino tiles horizontally on the right, for example, for this first one. Then we could have just 3 domino tiles vertically, and that'll fill them up. That'll fill the board up. Or we could have 2 domino tiles horizontally and 1 domino tile vertically, and that'll fill up the board. Or we could go to the trominos, use the trominos, and we could do a tromino this way and this way, or we could do a tromino this way or this way. And those are the 5 different ways or combinations of those 2 types of tiles that we can use to fill up a 2 by 3 board, because in this case n equals 3. And it's the same logic for this. It'd be n equals 1. The output is 1 because there would be only one way to do that. So let's see how we are going to code this. But like I said, guys, the code's not that difficult. So Should be excited about that. We're going to get through it pretty quickly. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to declare a variable called res. We're going to set that equal to an array of integers. And we are going to initialize that with repeating zeros. So it's going to, it's going to say repeating 0, and the count is going to be the max of n plus 1, n plus 1, comma 4. So it's going to be whichever one is bigger, n plus 1 or 4, and that's going to be what we're in the count of, yeah, we need to put a count right here. So that's going to be how many, that's going to determine how many zeros we initialize with the first array res. Then we're going to come down here, we're going to say res, we're going to open up the array bracket, say res 1, res 0. We're going to set that equal to 0. Then we're going to do the same thing and say res index 1. We're going to set that equal to 1. Then we're going to come down here and say res index 2. And we are going to set that equal to 2. Then we're going to come down here and we're going to say res index 3. And we are going to set that equal to 5. Then we're going to come down here, we're going to say guard n is greater than 3, else we are going to return res n. Then we're going to come down here, we're going to say for I in 4 through n. Then we are going to say res I equals, open up the parentheses, we're going to say 2 times, then we're going to open up some more parentheses. No, we're going to say 2 times res, open up the brackets, and then we're going to say I minus 1. Then we're going to come outside of that bracket, we're going to come outside of that bracket, and we're going to say plus res I minus 3. Then we're going to come out all of that. We're going to put the parenthesis size for the mod, and we're going to say 1 underscore 000 underscore 000 underscore 007. Then we're going to just come down here and we are going to say, we're going to come down here and we're going to say return res n, guys. And that's all she wrote. So let's run it and see how it runs. Hopefully it runs well. Hopefully there's no bugs or typos. And there it is. We got a bug or a typo. What does it say? What does it say? Expected. So let's see what we did wrong here. First thing we have to do is, we need equal white space on both sides of the minus sign. So let's run it again and see if that works. Because that's the difference between -1 and -1. We need to have the equal white space. So now that that's accepted, let's submit it and see what happens when it's submitted. Fingers crossed, Bugatti. 0 milliseconds beats 100% of users with Swift, guys. That's what I'm saying. It's faster than a Bugatti, riding past all the brokies out there, man. That's how fast it is. So now that we did that, I'll see you guys tomorrow for another day, another LeetCode problem. Peace.